listen to becoming a better person, becoming better than you are, making a different life for yourself. The question is asked many times by many people in many ways. How can you become a better person? I mean, after all, as you grow up, you are given certain incentives to do good in school by your parents. You reach a certain age and you're given certain directives to follow while in middle school and in primary school and high school and college and then graduate school, and any type of profession that we choose later guides us as to what we need to do to become better. But that's about work. That's about becoming a better person in general. Becoming a better person for what you are, of the person that you are, in making a better one of you, is a different story. Being better than you are today is a challenge with yourself, not a challenge with the world. It's not about your boss. It's not about an employee versus an employer. It's not about working capitation. It's not about being somewhere and being asked, what can you do to make this job better? This is about you. This is about a person becoming a better person than they are. How can I make myself better? What can I do to become a better person? All right. The very first thing that needs to be done in becoming a better you is reflecting on currently what your life has been. I'm not talking about reflecting the last 20 years, 100 years, or 15 minutes. No. I'm talking about everything that you can think of where there will be a positive list and a negative list. Reflect on your ability to exercise some of the things that you've been doing. Reflect on that. What have you been doing? Have people said about you that you're stingy? Or have they said that you are generous? Do people say that you are a very kind person, or that you're more mean and focused on just yourself? Are you a selfish person? Are you a selfless person? What type of person are you? Reflect on that and be honest with yourself. It's hard because to be objective about yourself is very difficult. Even though you can see yourself in the mirror, there's always a reason why this happened. I can see myself, I have a little pimple right here, but I know why this happened and I can live with it. It's not so bad. But somebody else looking at you may say, my goodness gracious, look at this terrible pimple they have on the middle of their face. See, they can look into this and make a big mountain out of this little mole. Same thing about your personality. You have reasons why you believe you are the way you are. For someone else to tell you that, it's very difficult. So you need to reflect upon the person that you are and make a list of all the things that you do good, the things that you don't do good, the things that are good about you and the things that are not so good about you. And those are number one. Number two, you need to focus. Focus on the ability for you to be able to say, what can I do to make myself better? Take that list and work with one item at a time. That's what it means. One item at a time. We're not asking you to change your world. Certainly can't change overnight. We're not asking you to bulldozer mountains. We're asking you to take one piece of grass in your garden and pluck it. As if you were to see a full garden, and in the garden there are plenty of weeds. I'm not asking you to come in here and shave down the whole thing. Make sure you cut every single piece of bad weed. No. Take one day, one weed. Pluck it off. That's all it is. For that, you're going to need discipline. Discipline enough that you're focused on what you're doing in such a way that nothing else is going to move you. Nothing else is going to change you. And you can do that on a regular basis. You know, it's interesting. Albert Einstein is a phenomenal person, as you know, with quantum physics that he's developed and all those series of relativity and all these things that he has been the father to so many scientific developments. There's a story that's told about him in his biography about a woman who came to apply for a job. She's a secretary, and she wanted to apply there. And as she was sitting outside of his office, very nervous, Albert Einstein's wife came into the room and saw that this woman was very nervous and asked her, "Why are you so nervous? You need to relax. It'll be fine." She says, "Well, I'm really not sure. I mean, I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm scared. I'm going to be meeting Albert Einstein. I mean, it's going to be so amazing. And what if he asks me questions on I don't know, physics or quantum leaps or things I don't even know? I mean, I'm going to be his assistant. What is it going to be?" The wife looked at her and said, "Don't worry. He'll be very nice. Everything will work out nicely." She says, "Well, how do you know that? He hasn't met me yet." And the wife said, "He's nice to everyone." You see, that's a quality. That is a gift. Albert Einstein was nice to everyone. Yes, he was famous. And yes, he was amazing mind, tremendous, once in a lifetime genius. Very few could compare to what he's done in accomplishments for the sciences of the world. But he was nice to everyone. That kind of focus, that kind of discipline is what you need. Consistent in the same process. The secret of life, it says, is, you've heard the saying before, I'll say the beginning and you'll say the end. An apple a day, what is that? That's it. Keeps the doctor away. An apple a day. Now, have you ever heard the saying, a candy bar a day? Have you ever heard that? You haven't. Have you ever heard the saying, a piece of chicken a day? Never either. How about a candy? How about a kiss? No. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. An apple per day. The consistency of doing the same thing every single day in a constructive, focused, delineated, well-marginated way. Every single day. So the key first is to reflect on the things that you need to change. Find that one thing at a time. Just like looking at a complete area where there's weed growing everywhere. And to say, my goodness gracious, to cut all this weed, what's going to happen? I'm going to have to kill it and it might come back. No. Focus on just one area of that garden. And with your hand, single-handedly, go in there and pluck one weed at a time. One. And do this every single day for a little bit of time. That's consistency. You have to have the willingness and the persistency to do that in order to successfully cover that. That's what it has to be. Once you're successful, once you follow through, you'll get there. It is this kind of willingness, this kind of persistency that will make you a better person. That's what it takes. It's interesting. These things don't happen by themselves, and these things won't happen just because it's there. It happens because you wish them to happen. It happens because you worked on them. It happens because you kept that going. There's one thing that you're going to have to be careful with. Procrastination. That is going to be your obstacle. That's one thing that you'll have to get rid of. You cannot procrastinate and say, well, I wasn't able to do that today, but I'll do it tomorrow. No way. Once procrastination gets into yourself and it starts establishing and it makes a edifice in your home, it becomes part of your life, it becomes part of your day-to-day activity, you'll lose. You'll lose because you'll slide back. So to become better than you are, you have to not only be focused and disciplined, and of course you have to have the willingness to want to change, but you have to do this in order to successfully develop such protocols, such systems, such enhancement of yourself. You have to do it and not let procrastination get in your way. Then one last thing that you're going to need to remember to becoming a better you. And that's important, and it's going to have to be done over and over again. And that is not to fall prey into a depressive mode because the results are not quite there right away. You're not going to change overnight. Let's face it. If you are a stingy person, You're not going to be generous overnight. A person that doesn't like to give is not going to wake up tomorrow and start just handing out dollars to everybody. It's not going to happen. But you can start with $1. Keep $1 in your pocket every day, and wherever you see an opportunity to give that dollar away, give it away. Every single day, give $1. That will grow on you. And then you'll see it becomes easy then to give $2 and then $3. And you may say, well, why should I give money away? I got kids, I have a spouse, I've got parents, I've got family, I've got plenty of needs myself. To be a generous person is to give, not because it feels good for you, not because it's something that's going to give you credit, not because it's the right thing to do because everybody else is doing it, not because you're told to give. To be a generous person is the way to be because this is the world that was created for you. And by sharing with others what you've got, you make the world a better place to be. And what goes around comes around, and you will also be beneficiary later. It's not the point of why we're doing it. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do. Period. It stops right there. Don't procrastinate. Don't think it through, and don't let depression get in the way so that it holds you back. Because your mind will start thinking, should I really do that? Now that's just about being generous. I don't know what is on your list. Are you a kind person? Maybe you're not. If not, what can you do to be more kind? Maybe start smiling. This week, make it so that every single day you smile at least once per day to someone you've never smiled to before. Maybe it's not about being kind. Maybe it's about being a person that just gives of their time. Maybe you haven't spent time with your family. Maybe you have given an opportunity for others to take from you, but not for you to give to them. Maybe you've taken from others, but you haven't been able to reciprocate. Find on your list, when you reflect, the ability to reflect on all of those aspects of the things that are negative about you. Make a list. That list has to be honest, it has to be extensive, and it has to be truthful. Not just full. Truthful makes a big difference. Since you cannot be objective about yourself, because that's very difficult for every single human being, you must also take from other people. Your spouses, your friends, your colleagues, your children, your neighbors, anybody else who's ever said anything bad about you, write it down. Now, that may not mean anything because you may say, well, that person doesn't know me. But ask yourself, why is it that this person saw in you the fact that you were stingy, the fact that you were not generous, the fact that you were, for whatever reason, not nice, mean, the fact that you were, for whatever reason, again, that type of personality. Why is it that they saw this? What did they see in you that made them say this about you? What made them see that? Those are the things you want to find out. And those are the things you need to ask. And that's the part that we need to be conscientious about. That is the reflection on your ability to analyze in the most objective, subjective way. Objective because you have to be conscientious about what you put. Subjective because it's about yourself. So it's your list, it's the list. Once you write that down, then every single day you take one of these concepts, one of these protocols, one of these negative traits and work on them. That will make a difference. Make a big difference. And you'll see that your life will change. You'll see. The mental ability to acquire more from others, just knowingly in your mind, will open your heart to give more to others. And what you need to do, you'll need to keep a journal to see after a few days whether or not this is working. And take one of these concepts and you'll have to make sure that every single day one of those things gets better. How will you know? People will say to you, wow, you've changed in the last several weeks. You've really become a different person. Yep. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, slowly but surely. I won't procrastinate, and I won't let depression take it away from me. I won't. Why do I use the word depression? Because it could be depressive once you start truly looking about yourself and the type of person that you are. And when you really start listening to what others are saying about you, you say, whoa, I'm not as good as I thought I was. It's the truth. It's the truth. There's always room for improvement. Always. Always, always. The minute you think you are that good, the minute you think you are that great, the minute you think you are that knowledgeable, it is the day that you will stop growing and start descending. There's no reason for that. You deserve better than that. The people around you deserve better than that. And what's even more is that it's in you. It is in every single person to be better than they are. That ability to take within you this amazing, amazing jewel and polish it and become the person that you truly would like to be. That's what it takes. So I know you want it. I know you've got it. Others know you've got it also. And they also got it. We all have it. You just have to work on it. And that becomes the day that you become better than you are. Have a wonderful day. God bless you and God bless us all to have not only the ability to be better than we are, but to show that within each human being there is a phenomenal potential without any type of limitation whatsoever to connect to goodness, to godliness, to holiness, to greatness, to all kinds of good things, so that you can become a better person, the people around you will become better by that, and then they'll tell other people, who will tell other people, who will tell other people. And that becomes a whole beautiful new world for each and every one of us. A world where a supreme being from heavens can look and say, wow, these creations are okay. These creations is what I'm all about. Whether or not you believe in God, it's not even the effect of what this is all about. It's about becoming better than you are. If anything, for your own sake. And then, of course, for the sake of your family. God bless you, and I hope this will be the day that you make that decision in your life to become a better, greater, stronger, more giving, more sharing person. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.